Hey yo, walk one. Just driving to a mate's for a motive. About to have a hell of a time, but just had the impulse to make a little video on something, which is me trying to encourage people to spend a little time with themselves rather than on social media. And what I mean by that is that I think people use self-love. I think self-love is hard to come by these days. I feel like self-love gets mixed up quite heavily with self-absorption, which is actually the complete opposite thing. And that's sort of reinforced by using social media. I mean, coming from me, I'm someone who just naturally enjoys my own company. I feel like I highly value being in solitude. Personally, I think that's just because I prefer my own company to anybody else's. And I wouldn't necessarily say I'm an introvert, but I definitely prefer my own company and can feel that it can be quite draining to be around people a lot of the time. But I think social media sort of reinforces the opposite. And what I mean by that is, as I said, with self-absorption, is people that are seeking, for using social media, it sort of reinforces seeking validation from outside of yourself. And naturally that's going to happen if the metrics that they use on social media is likes and followers. And like for instance, like obviously you can't deny it feels good when you get a little ego boost from someone following you or getting a couple likes and whatnot. It feels good, getting a little stroke on your ego. But it's not that difficult to fall into the trap of using that as almost like, I don't know how to word it, sort of like a self-defense mechanism, where one day you may be feeling down and you post a picture and all of a sudden you're using that to fill your own cup. And now you're like, wait, shit, whenever I'm feeling down I can just post a picture, get likes and make myself feel better. But that's quite destructive in itself, because that reinforces the fact that you need validation from outside of yourself, and that does make you become more self-absorbed. It's sort of like a game for your ego. What can I do to get more likes, etc. and etc. But yeah, I just think real self-love is where the validation comes from within, and you can practice things like that through going out for walks in nature and getting to know yourself and learning to love yourself through meditation and just through solitude. And I don't think it's considered, nor I think people lean more towards using social media to make themselves feel better than they actually go within. For example, I go for quite a lot of walks with a mate. By myself, I don't really care. I like to go out and get some fresh air. With my dog, doesn't matter. But one time I went for a walk and I happened to be by myself, and it was just like along a coastal path, and I bumped into a mate who I hadn't seen in quite a long time. I hadn't seen them since before. I hadn't seen her since before lockdown, and she was with someone else. And when I saw her, she's like, "Why are you going for a walk by yourself?" and gave me the weirdest look. And I was sort of laughing to myself, as if, you know, she was acting as if it was a weird thing to do. And I guess it isn't entirely normal, but it's not weird. It's not a weird thing to do. I just enjoy my own company, mate. And that just proved to me that it isn't considered it isn't as accepted as it should be to enjoy your own solitude. Or I don't know the point I'm trying to get at here. Just trying to string this as along off the dome. I hope you cannot hear that. My mate's ringing me and it's making a bizarre noise, but I'll try carry on. Yeah, I also think social media, I was sort of leaning away from the topic of social media, so I'll try to bring it back to that. Obviously, we all know it's a time waster. I was definitely spending way too much time on there when I had it. way too much time. And the reason that's a bad thing, it is subjective obviously, but I'm only giving my opinion, is that it's fake. It's a distraction from your real life, and it's fake. And what I mean by it's fake is that you can pick and choose how you want society to see you, how you want the people around you and the people that follow you to see you. You could post a picture of anything you wanted. You could post a picture of you sitting on the toilet taking a shit. But people don't do that because it's not the glamorous parts of your life that you want to show off, is it? People want to use it to flex, and people want to use it to boost their ego and to be seen a certain way. But it's fake because you can literally manipulate how anyone sees you by sculpting this version of yourself that you want to be seen as, you know? Obviously as well, everybody's just posting like including myself. I'd be posting the highlights of my life, like the top 5-10% of the moments I was living. I was whacking my phone out so I could post it on social media and flex about it. Nobody actually talks about this, but that is what you're doing. And if not, it's just a fucking selfie. If your intention is to take a selfie and put it on social media, realistically you should only ever have to take one photo. But instead you take 3, 5, 10, 20, 50, you know, to find that perfect photo. Whereas that's not actually you being authentic, is it? That's you trying to be seen a certain way. And naturally you're gonna feel like shit if you're comparing yourself to the highlights of your life. If you're trying to you're comparing your whole life to the top 5% moments you live, right? Whereas 95% of the time, 90% of the time, that's not you. You are you at your highs and your lows. So if you're comparing your whole life to you at your highs, 90% of the time you're going to be feeling shit because you're not at your top 10%, are you? So it's like it's risky business, mate. But yeah, I probably should say that I don't necessarily think social media is a bad thing. I think it's definitely a good thing and can be used as an asset if you're an entrepreneur, if you have your own business, you're an artist, to promote yourself, to promote what you're supporting, and network with people, because that could definitely create some opportunities. There's definitely opportunities outside of using social media, but it can be used in that way, which is great. And also at the same time, there's no rules to using social media, so you can use it however you want to use it. All I'm saying is, by using it certain ways, which a lot of people use it, it's quite destructive and they don't even realise it, and they're falling into this trap, which I myself, I'm a victim of deleting a photo because I didn't get as many likes as I thought I would. And you know, I feel like that's not uncommon. I feel like it's not too uncommon. And it might just be me, but I mean, that should have never happened. You know, if I have the intention to post something, I should post it regardless of what other people think. It sort of brainwashes you to care what people think, because all you're seeing is what other people are doing and the likes they're getting and the followers they're getting, and like naturally you're going to be drawn to that, as I said, if that's the metric they've decided to use. And also, these apps have been designed to be addictive. They've been designed to make you hooked. And so you're going to be spending way much more time than you should be doing. As I said, it's a distraction to your real life. And yeah, struggling to think of other points to add to this, to be quite honest. I think I've got the main juicy ones in, but yeah, I don't really know. But have I got anything else to add? Yeah, obviously I think spending too much time on it obviously is quite destructive, not just psychologically but physically as well. There's increasing cases of I think it's called myopia, something like that, which is eye strain, directly related to using excessive amounts of screen time and whatnot. genuinely cannot think of any other points. So I might just leave it at that for the time being, but social media is quite a hefty topic, so I might come back to this in another video, but fuck knows. But yeah, I'm almost at my mates now, so I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, fucking safe one, lads. Have a good one.